Hello friends, Match Fixer Q. What's doing? Morning voodoo. Hope everyone's having a glorious day or planning on having a glorious day. I did indeed have a glorious day. Hung out with little doggo. Went to the dog park. Very nice time indeed. Is everyone up to date with WandaVision? Fucking awesome. Yeah, good call. Good call, Match Fixer. I wanted to do that, but I started watching the first 2 episodes and I couldn't stop. Haven't been able to stop. Gets good at about episode 3. Really starts to find its stride. And the last few episodes have been very, very good indeed. G'day, Danny. Welcome to the stream. Just painting some little base before we get stuck into the Barbarian. I'm a reasonable chance of finishing it tonight, maybe. Depends on how much I want to push on the model. G'day Topulus, because it is a model I'm really enjoying painting. So we may not finish it tonight. We may look to finish it tomorrow sometime. I'm going to stream again tomorrow. But yeah, maybe 4 or 5 hours, depending on stuff, how things progress. I sure did, mate, and it was unfortunately not the Echoes of Camelot, but fortunately it was the model for Regus, the halfling, for my Drizzt diorama, and I have prepared that diorama for painting. Actually, is that still my picture on here? Let me check. No, that's Christov's. I'll show you the picture very quickly. There we go. Yep, so that's going to be the diorama for the Icewind Dale friendos. We've just got to finish the base construction, and unfortunately I can't do that until I have received the model for Wulfgar. It's hard to make final decisions about placement and so forth when Wulfgar's still out in the world, waiting to be found. That's good. It means next thing we get to paint is going to be voted on by stream. We're gonna decide that tonight or tomorrow, which of the models I have left over there in my cabinet we're going to paint next. I had a great day, Voodoo. Thank you for asking, mate. Took little Hugo to the dog park. Spent the day with my girlfriend. Watched some TV. Hung out a bit. It was just good. Good relaxing day. We're both feeling a lot of pressure at work at the moment, so just trying to switch off on the days off. Oh, I did too, mate. Good call, mate. Let me do that right now. Thanks for the reminder. I just got stuck in today. I've been hanging out to paint all day. What is the fucking day? 20th. Shit, a brick. Yeah. Morlock from Chimera. I'll show you. It was the hardest one to find, actually, because I didn't just want to go for a generic Conan model, you know, and that's sort of the easiest option. But I don't feel like Wulfgar is a Conan Yeah. So the only things I'm obviously going to need to give him the hammer. He's maybe a smidge more heavily armoured than ideal, but the musculature in the face feels spot on for me. Doesn't feel like Conan, but still barbarian. And yeah, he needs Aegis Fang, which is the bit of a sticking point at the moment in terms of how I'm going to make that, but got a few ideas. So we'll just have one hand hanging down to the side and the other one holding Aegis Fang. Yeah, so I think he's perfect. I think he's perfect. I'll wait until I see the model though. There may be, I may be able to do some obvious changes that make it better. Haha. I bought a few things from Nocturna. I've got a few bits and pieces in my bits box, and my plan is to just pull some stuff together from there, which should work. G'day, awesome guy. I've enjoyed this project, I have to say. It's been a satisfying one. You know how you start something and sometimes you're just like, oh, this isn't coming out the way I thought it would in my head. You know, this is shit and I hate everything. That happens to me about 50% of the time, I reckon. But yeah, this one's just going cool. It's going in a different direction to what I thought, but when you see the vision in your mind, oh, this stream's frozen. I'll sort that out in a second. Stand by. Activate. Boop, boop. So there's been a few observations I've made during the painting of this guy. Just things that I've sort of decided to change during the process. And the main lesson, I guess, I'm trying to take away, is the main lesson I'm trying to teach is it's completely okay to change your mind halfway through you do something and go in a different direction. I do that all the time, And actually I think the pieces that have come out the best of mine have been the ones that I've had the most mistakes on, because they're the ones that you're actually thinking, well, why is this not working? What is wrong? What do I need to do to fix it? So that has been something that's happened a few times on this piece. The two biggest takeaways I had at the moment were I didn't like how much the base was looking like the metal. Now that's a tricky balancing act, because you want the base to look like the metal, because the metal's supposed to, g'day Conrad, the metal's supposed to reflect the environment, but you still need them to look different. So that is the first issue that I had. The second issue has been trying to drop the contrast of this base down so that the model is the focus. And that's been more challenging than I anticipated. Well, I knew it was going to be a challenge, but probably a bit more difficult than I expected. In terms of your question, Match Fixer, I have backed a few Kickstarters, but probably the most recent one I backed was well, in terms of board games or actual like miniature Kickstarters, backed heaps of board game Kickstarters last year, but there wasn't as many that interested me towards the tail end of the year, so I didn't back as many in the tail end of the year. But there's a few coming up that look exciting, but I'm really excited for some of these miniature ones coming out this year. Looks like there's going to be some crackers. Yes, I saw that, Topulus. I shan't be participating in that one. 35mm doesn't do it for me. That much. Yeah, the Nocturna one's interesting. So generally I do this thing where I write down ideas in this little folder I have. And one of the ideas I wrote down about 4 or 5 months ago was Orc Tribe. So there's a shit ton of really cool models from heaps of different manufacturers, right? And one of the things I'm enjoying doing is fusing together models from different manufacturers to create a cohesive story. You would have seen from the other ones, right? Well, there's Black Crow do a little goblin on a wolf. Black Sun does a orc on a boar. There's several cool orc models from Black Sun just on foot. There's that goblin coming out on a bat from Daniel Travado, which is coming out in about 6 days. And then, so I sort of had this idea in my mind, I'm just going to do a little diorama of an orc tribe. It's going to be fucking mad. I'll put together little orcs and goblins running around. Be super legit. And so I actually started the purchasing for that, thinking that it would be a relatively small one. And then Nocturna's diorama, or Nocturna's Kickstarter started getting advertised. And I realised now that my plan has grown significantly larger. So I'm going to have that big dude on the whatever thing it is in the middle, and then just actually have like a 75mm scale wah. That's the plan. We'll give it a crack. Crazy orcs. I love them so much. Okay, Jeff. Scale 75Q. It's called. What is it called? Calgrim Gunnarsson? No, that's another one of their orcs. Yeah, whatever his name is. Scale 75. AGT. Nice. Yeah, love orcs. Very good, Jeffrey. Very good. I think I know the one you're talking about. Is it the one of Thrall with the big shoulder pad? Cool. I like that model. Alright. Let's put a little... Yeah, of course, mate. Would love to see it. Put a little mate in his home. So we just want to have a little bit more shadow, I think. G'day, Viking with brushes. Have a quick look now, mate. That's cool. Oh yeah, nice. Looks like you got a potato for a camera, but aside from that, pretty cool, especially for your first model. Good job. Alrighty, let's get stuck back into this guy. So, I am feeling pretty positive about the direction of this model. I think it's going reasonably well. I'm going to try a little bit of zoom. Thank you, Viking with brushes. So what we're working on is some cool and interesting atmosphere. One of the things we're working on. Unless you were talking about Voodoo graphics model, in which case proceed. I beat England level 5 in Spirit Island today, and then I backed it straight up in the next game by beating Brandenburg Prussia level 6. So I now only have 2 adversaries to beat from the core game, from the digital app anyway. That is on level 6, before I can start doing a bit of a deep dive into the spirits themselves. So I'm contemplating, this is just a contemplation at the moment, interested for your feedback. We will have a fair bit of team interaction today. I want to go Zinchian colours because I think they're really interesting. Purple and blue. think. But I'm not sure if we should go more punchy than this. I'm concerned it's going to take over the model. Well, good news for you, Viking with Brushes. I'm doing Nocturna Eileen as a part of my next diorama project. I'm excited to paint her as well. Very nice model. Did you do the bust version or the model? So anyway, my question that I got sidetracked on by gibbering, I'm not sure how I feel about the gold. And I'm thinking that it may feel better if we go with bronze. Is that a change? Ah, nice. Alien. Yep, that is a cool model. G'day, Frog Jim. Merry Christmas, pal. So yes, the question is, do we want to go and change up this stuff down here and make it bronze instead of gold? I'm just not sure. Certainly, Viking, share in the chat, my friend. Share away. The Scabbard's blue is a blue that I just mixed. It is a mixture of blue-green from Vallejo, Orchid Light from Nocturna, Signal Blue Vallejo Model Air, and Prussian Blue from Vallejo, and also some white or something. Hey, Rumble! Rumble in the jungle. Oh, thanks, easily offended millennial. I hope that he will look okay when he is finished. Here is a full zoomed out version of him, and he stands with this behind him. Thanks, mate. Yes, we're going okay so far. G'day, Loophole. Loopy Loops. Don't know who that was. I changed it now. I changed it. You can still make me sing that song. Cost 5,000 points. But I changed it so you can make me sing whatever song you want. Assuming I know it. That's my caveat. Because if I don't know it, I'm not going to be able to sing it. So your best bet is to ask me if I know a song. And then if I say yes, then you just dive in there and make me sing it. No, mate. No merchandise. We had Oz Machine merchandise for a while. It was very funny. Some good t-shirts. No merchandise for the moment. All right, we have an important question, friends. Do we go crazy and change this gold colour to bronze? Is that something that we want to do? Jeff is saying no. We've got one vote for no. Vikings wanting to go for a colder gold. Very good. So we'll call that a yes, as in a no change. Voodoo wants us to change to bronze so he can watch me paint bronze and change a model. Very good. So with 2-1 against at the moment. Yeah, we can age it up a bit. That can work. That's a good observation, Viking. Good observation. It may indeed compete a bit much. Oh, g'day, Wampa. Wampa. Yeah, good call. It will definitely compete with the pink too much. So let's make the gold a little bit more interesting instead. Haha. Yeah, he's going okay. I'm liking a lot of things about him so far. closer again, friends. Oh, Voodoo, that's good news, mate, that you've felt the courage to do it, because very fun. That is what it should be about. Oh, Wamposaurus. I sure did, mate. Much to the chagrin of quite a few people, I picked up Kingdom Death last year and painted most of my models in about 2 weeks. On you, Jeffy. If you go to my Instagram at the top and scroll back, all of them, all of the expansions, all of the core monsters, about 10 of the core heroes. Top Heels was there. He participated in calling me a fuckwit. Sorry. I apologise for being me. What I was doing right was I was just painting, and I was painting for like 4 to 6 hours a night, and I just would sit down and I would paint, and I would crank out a monster, and then I would start again and I would crank out another monster, and so on and so forth. And anytime I finished one, I would post it on my social medias, and that was that. And as I'm sure most of you can see now from how I've done this, it's all just tricks. Just tricks. Magic tricks. Yeah, Wemp, if you go back, I don't know if you're already doing this, but yeah, if you go back to about August last year on my Instagram, you'll see all of them. Yeah, I got a few. I got pretty much all of the game content models. So like the white boxes and all that shit. I got all of them. And then yeah, I picked up a few resins here or there when I liked the model. They're just exorbitantly priced generally, so I didn't really want to get into it unless I was going to use it for the game. Unless the model was legit. Hello, Alessandro. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thanks, Rezo974. I'll zoom out a little bit, show you where we're at from the whole model. Oh, thanks, mate. I'm doing well. So this is the base. This is the dude who stands on the base. We've got the glow happening. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's going alright so far. Thanks, mate. Haha. It's a common misconception a lot of people have about what colour certain things are. Like rocks. Rocks are never grey. Alright, I'm switching to a tiny brush for this because we're going to be doing some very, very light highlights. Yeah, I told you I was going to, mate. But I made it a better deal. You can now put in whatever song you want. Tell me what song I have to sing. Am I German? No, you can't give me a German song to sing. I don't know German songs. But I'm Australian champion. No, I'm not actually. There's another fella by the name of David Colwell who shits all over me. Tell you what I am knowing, I'm probably the fastest. Probably the fastest. Mate, I started with a purple colour. It was a Nocturna colour called Chalice Red. Aha, what am I singing, Match Fixer? You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clearer. Whoa. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. No, there's probably about 7 or 8 people that are better than me at painting in Australia. So David, definitely. Cara, definitely. Macca, definitely. Technically Meg lives in Australia these days, so Meg. Cara, if I didn't already say her. There's a dude called Kyle, who's better. Quite a few. Sorry, you can spend points to make me sing a song. It was a stupid addition to the stream, but I've committed to it now. Well, friend Chet. I will definitely not be doing that. Francesco actually shreds on the fucking guitar, so that would just be embarrassing. Oh, hey Natalia. Don't redeem any points, please. Yes. Why would anyone pay for that shite loophole? That is a fantastic question, mate. No one should. No one should. Don't be ridiculous. I might have to set something up for that reso if you're trying to ask a question and shit. What's happening, Natalia? You painted anything cool you can sell me yet? What's going on? Send me first dibs of stuff you're selling, alright? First dibs. Number 7. Oh, for sure, mate. Just you can send me a whisper in there, or if you want to share it with the stream, you're welcome to pop it in here. That's all fine. We're all friends here, except for Chum Dubs. He's not. Don't think he's here tonight though. G'day, Yanamar. G'day, Kung Fu. Well, everyone's joining the team today. How exciting. Thanks, champion. Alright, Natalia, do you know anything about the Forgotten Realms? You know anything about the book series by Drizzt, or by R.A. Salvatore, about Drizzt Do'Urden? This is my next diorama that I'll be starting in about a week. Yes. So the Forgotten Realms is a book series. It's got several characters in it. So this is going to be my next diorama. I've got one more model arriving. I actually got shipping for it the other day, so I'm definitely going to see that in the next two weeks, probably probably end of next week. I'll see it, and he's going to stand at the back. So it's going to be a snow base. I've decided. I'm going to do some snow. And yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm going to build a tree. I'm going to do some tree building practice, and yeah, little templey thing. That's my next project. But we'll get to decide what I paint after this guy, because this guy will be finished today or tomorrow. It's a panther. In the books, it's a panther that he has a little. I haven't done a computer aided graphics for that. Thank you. Alright, we get to decide the next model I'm going to paint. So you can all vote. You all get to vote on which one I'm going to paint next. Get ready. Yes, Alessandro, I talked about it a lot on my last stream. I'm doing a ridiculously big diorama with all of the models, all 12 of them, on a big round table that's going to rotate around every one of them. It's going to be great. All right, next piece. So I've got about a week to wait before we'll get started on the diorama, but 1 week is about a model for me, so we'll do a model in between that. So we get to decide which model. The first choice for everyone, we've got Kane from Karl Rudik, another vampire dude. I've painted all the vampires so far. This one is the first vampire apparently. Cool. Yep. So this is option number 1, Kane, the first vampire. And just a reminder, this is the next model I paint on stream. Lydia from Nico Galaxy. This will be number 2 choice. Oh shit! Can I do a friggin' poll or something? I think I can do a poll. Here's Lydia. This will be the second one I paint of this. Painted a Lydia already. She got beautiful eyes. I love the eyes on this sculpt. Yeah, how do I do a poll rumble? Tell me that. Look at her eyes. So big. Great. She's option number 2. Oh, Viking, you are on fire, mate. Option number 3. Alternity. Miniatures. Daphne. Some great people from Poland did this. Pietrek from Nico Galaxy actually did a version of this that he painted, that he entered in Crystal Dragon in Australia. and I actually bought the model because of that version. Very nice. Daphne. And Nathami Alonso did it. And the fourth and final option is Baba Yaga, which we already looked at on the stream. Alright, what model should Deno paint next on stream? Question mark. Kane, Carol, Rudick, Lydia, Nico, Galaxy, Daphne, Alternity, and Baba Yaga, Carol, Rudick. Create poll. Excellent. Hang on now. How do I just type this here and put that in the chat? Do I? There you go. As our options. Okay. No, I'm not going to bang them all out in a week. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could do 2 of them, but I won't. So when we finish this guy, I'll have some time to build my diorama, and during that time that I'm building my diorama, when I'm painting on stream, we'll paint one of those 4 models. So you can all decide which one. I am not really that concerned. I love all of those models. I'm excited to paint all of those models. All will be well. Whatever gets chosen, I will be excited. G'day Paul. I don't think I'll do the building on stream. It just depends. I may do a tiny bit. What will prevent me is just the camera. Like, if I have the camera this far away from my diorama building, I do not have enough space. Because I'm just fucking doing stuff all over the place. So that's my concern. Topulus is right. You know the correct response to this situation. Not need to fuck spiders, pal. Get it done. Now look, you would think with Alessandro and Natalia, and I saw Conrad in the stream earlier as well, some of the world's greatest painters, that Big Deno would put aside the contrast paints and pretend that he's actually a legitimate painter, but instead I'm just going to go full contrast on this section, and we'll pretend that I am actually a really good painter that doesn't use contrast paints. Don't tell them. Awesome, Yanamar. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I very much rate Sergio's Patreon, predominantly for how much airbrushing he does and how much I love how happy he is about painting, because I feel the same way. Contrast paints. I don't like all this fucking leathery stuff down the bottom. Looks shit. Looks shit. You're right. Someone said to me the other day, contrast paints are cheating, and I said, why is it cheating, mate? There's no fucking rules, so how can you cheat? What contrast paints does, it gets you a result quicker. That's not cheating, that's intelligence. Using the tools you have at your disposal. There's absolutely no chance Land Studio uses contrast paints. You are having a laugh right now, surely. I haven't watched his video actually, the one that he did for Chimera. But I would have 10 to 1 odds on the fact that he does not use contrast paints. Don't give me this rubbish. Oh my god. I love that guy even more now. Is he single? Can I propose to him? I'd like for him to have my babies. I can clean an airbrush. There is absolute truth to that. Somewhat of an expert in airbrush cleaning. Maybe that can be my pitch. Sure do, Rezo. It's right at the top there, my friend. Right at the top. Shit, let's go. I might put the poll on my Twitter. How do I? Yeah, I'm just going to send it on my Twitter, friends. Quick tweet. What model should I paint next on stream? A quick vote. Streaming now on Twitch. Tweet, boom. Fuck. I'm a good typer, by the way. Fucking hell. I can do over 100 words a minute. So good. You know what I feel like the skin needs? It needs a bit of Iskalata. We'll close the poll tomorrow actually, because I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow morning. So we'll close it tomorrow morning. Natalia, quick, give yourself a shout out in the stream, please. Can't have the number 7 painter in the world not give herself a shout out. Mad movies. Who's leading the poll at the moment? Is it Baba Yaga? Lydia, cool. That'll be interesting to paint a model I've already painted before on stream for a second time. Yeah, this is the worst. Non-metallic metal's the worst when you're doing little chains like that. I did that that angel and demon piece, Natalia, with Carol Rudik's angel, and fuck me, the chains on that were the worst because they're big enough that you have to do like individual lines and shit. It's the worst. Gotta zoom in here, friends, sorry. Yeah, it looks okay. Came out alright so far. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like when it's all finished. I've got to do a little bit of tweaking here on these lights and maybe dull a bit of this stuff down. Yeah, just add a few things. So yeah, but yeah, it's going okay. It looks really good from certain angles, and then other angles it looks like dog shit. So we'll just make sure when we present the photos, we'll just have the good angles, so no one knows how rubbish it actually is. So it little secret of the pro artists there, guys. Just take photos at good angles. Wonder how the judges would respond to that. Yeah, look, it looks really, really good. Just keep your eyes closed. Like about this much when you're looking at it. You'll be fine. G'day Fen, welcome. Happy weekend indeed. Alright, what colour are we going to do, you little friendos? Yeah, it's Saturday night for me. It's about 8 o'clock Saturday night. So I'm going to do some more streaming tomorrow morning. My American friendos. Amarillo Intenso. Pretty hyped about beating that Spirit Island level 5, level 6 today. Gonna try and beat other 2 level 6s this weekend. And the guy who I'm playing it on the table with at the moment also picked up Jagged Earth today. So we'll get to try that out soon. Yes, yes indeed, mate. Yeah, I've been chipping away. Yeah, today I managed to beat England level 5 with 3 spirits. It's the first time I've done that. And then I rolled straight into Brandenburg Prussia level 6 and I beat the shit out of them straight up. So I got Sweden level 6 and England level 6 left to beat of the core adversaries. Yeah, England is very, very tricky. I probably had about 20 cracks against the level 5. Fuck. It's just the builds when you've got 2 adjacent cities. Like, you think you can stop it and then they just fucking build anyway. It's fucked. Because I've been trying really lots of different combinations, I ended up with going what I think is the strongest spirits, which is Serpent, Rampant, Green, and Ocean. I think they're the 3 best, personally. yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I've been trying to avoid using that combo because I feel like it's almost easy mode, but it still was not an easy game. So it's maybe not easy mode. I actually really like Serpent. Serpent's my favourite. My favourite painter for non-metallic metal gold. It'd beat Lan for pretty much non-metallic metal full stop. But Kirill also does some crazy cool, interesting stuff, different stuff. Natalia does great non-metallic metal. Masculines. Yeah, so I'm playing on the app. I don't have the expansion because the expansion's not on the app yet. But I also play it on a Thursday night at the moment with a dude, and he does have all the expansions so far. No, I didn't, mate. I didn't finish the diorama. That'd be ridiculous. Lan Studio. Let me grab you a link for the great man himself. There is the man, the myth, the legend, the Lan. I love his style. Does he live anywhere near you, Natalia? Out of interest? Do you get to hang out with him? You're best friends with him? Yes. That's Lan. Lan does not, no. Well, I don't think he does anyway. We're very lucky that we have the number 7 painter in the world in Natalia who does do streaming. So if you want to see a master at work, go watch her stream. It's great. Yeah, of course, Q. Link away. I bought it, I just haven't watched it yet. Yeah, Dave, Natalia, Kirill, Masculins, David Aroba. I was surprised Ruben Martinez didn't make the list. He would have made my top 10 list. I don't remember. Kirill was number 1. Masculines was number 2, I think. Yeah, well, it wasn't my list, mate. It was just a video done by some dudes. They gave everyone ratings. Yeah, good call, Natalia. Ruben and Torrent, particularly in the last 12 months, I think have just exploded. It was just a YouTube video that came out from, I don't even remember their names, but just some dudes. Yeah, it was Volomir's one. Volomir did it with some other dude. Yeah, that's the one. Thanks, Paul. I mean, the fun thing about anything like that is just it's such a subjective list. Just depends like what you like. I think you can always look at technical ability and variety of other things, but when it comes down to it, that list is just two guys' opinions about what they like. My top 10 lists would be slightly different. See you, buddy. Food chain magnate, awesome. Have a good night and a day and enjoy the birds. Food Chain Magnate's actually on my list of games to play this year. I've got a few games to play based on a little goal I set myself to play a game from the top, each game from the top 10 to 30 games on BGG this year. I played the top 10 last year, so this year it's going to be 20 to 30. Feel the need to airbrush. So let's do it. When you feel the need, sometimes you just got to do it. Hey guy. Just for you, just because of how much you fucked me over the other night with my fucking channel points. I've changed my channel points now. You can't just make Dano Singh Cotton Eye Joe for 2,000 channel points. That was your fault, by the way. I'm sure you were responsible for like 7 of them in a row. So now you have to spend 5,000, but you get to decide what song I sing. So it's a fair trade, I think. Voodoo. I'll remember that too, mate. Did I really? That was my fault, was it? That you did a diorama. Wow. I can die knowing that I did one great thing, one grand thing. Thanks, Phoenix. We're doing all right so far. Oh, look, normally there's a couple of guys on here from my Tuesday night games, and they fucking hate me singing because I'll just sing all the time. I'm the worst for it. So I don't mind singing. I don't sing very well, but I have fun. Yeah, you can do it without a tiny needle, but you need to have incredible control. I don't think I could do it with a bigger needle. I'd probably get close, but not for the really, really, really close detail stuff. Neither do I. So it would be tough. Shit, maybe we are going to finish tonight. Maybe we are going to finish tonight. Oh, I don't have a very good voice, mate. Flixie, you're just trying to roll up the big dog now, aren't you? Trying to roll up the big man. I just flicked through on the gold. I've been tossing up on whether I wanted to change to a bronze because I wasn't sure about the gold maybe distracting a bit. But I was talked out of it, and I think it's for the better. If you go too low on PSI, you won't actually be able to use your airbrush properly. It's not about the PSI. It's about how far down you push the trigger and how far back you pull the trigger, and that's the thing that you talk about airbrush control. The really, really, really good ones can just control that without ever changing their PSI on their compressor. They just tweak it by hand. I can't do that. Hey, Jan. Does it? Mine doesn't. Where? Bit purple on that bad boy. Mine doesn't. G'day, chum dubs. We were just talking about you before, mate. We're just saying it's been such a long time since we've seen you on the stream and how much we all appreciated that fact. Nah, just kidding, mate. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Did you do hobby day today? Awesome, mate. Awesome stuff. Yeah, he's going okay. Everyone's got to do the vote. Everyone's got to vote on my next model we paint. Of course, I use the term we, not in a literal sense, rather in a figurative sense. Stand by. I'm going to add the poll link to the chat. Probably. If we can find where I did it. Where is it? Boom. There. Is that right? Did that actually work? Yes, that did. What model should Deno paint on stream next? That is the question. Ah, Mark Lacon's going keen for Kane. Keen for Kane. I don't mind. I'm excited to paint any of those models. Should be good. Alright, let's have a serious moment for a second. We need to do a serious assessment of where this model is at. Because it feels like we're getting close. Yes, Wumposaurus, this is an open slather. Opinions away. Share what you think we need to improve or change or do differently. We have time, we have the technology, we can change stuff. I like to be relatively critical at this sort of stage, and I like to get lots of feedback. I usually post this on my Instagram before I reach a finished moment. Yeah, axe be more interesting. Cool. The eyes of the model are one of the trickiest things because he's staring down. So if you have a look at the eyes from his downward staring face, they're there. But it's tricky. I suppose we could do glowing eyes. Oh, that's a cool idea. Do you mean in front? Like from behind? Like the pink light from behind? Yeah, okay. That's a good idea. Cool. I'll just quickly block that out actually while we're still mulling. I don't do things by halves, Natalia. Come on now. We're going fucking all out shadows. Yeah, so there's a few elements that aren't finished yet. The skulls are one. The skulls are getting a bit lost inside the metal, aren't they? They're a bit too similar coloured to the metal. So maybe I can do the skulls in a different colour. Maybe some blues tied into the blues there. This is, so Chum Dab, I'm going to refer to one of my fucking things I love referring to on this stream, my article. One of the things I wrote about was how when you sit there staring at a model for, you know, some people like Alessandro, 150 hours, Big Dano's case, 4 hours, you can sometimes not see the forest for the trees. You know, you get fixated on little things and you don't realise some things that perhaps should be staring you in the face but aren't. So it's important to get different perspectives. We've had a stream freeze, alright? That's a good angle actually. It's important to get different perspectives and have people review your work, because they can provide you with different perspectives that you wouldn't see because you've been staring at the same things over and over. So without some feedback about what you could do better, you'll often get stuck and not have the best possible model you could get. Getting good feedback can be tricky though, but when you can get good feedback, it is invaluable. Very good. The chest and stomach feels a bit fuzzy. Let me check that. Just elaborate on that a bit further. Yeah, Flick. Probably one of the skills that you can focus on is being able to ascertain when to take feedback and when to trust your opinion. That's a skill in itself as well. Not necessarily just listening to every motherfucker. More highlight on the chest, you reckon? Stand by. I've got a joke for you. Ready? Got a joke. a good one. It's actually, yeah, it's not a good one. It's very funny, but so this guy calls. He's sitting in a boat that's going down, and so he quickly radios to the local the local Coast Guard, and he goes, "Hello, help, we are sinking, SOS, we are sinking." And this guy who's the local Coast Guard, he goes, "Hello, this is the German Coast Guard, what are you thinking about?" Alright, very good. Let's continue with this. Great stuff. I quite like that joke. Do you not like that joke? What's wrong with that? That's a banger. Come on, guys. Come on now. I'm working under duress. I'm trying to fix my camera. Trying to put up with Flixtor about to make me a song. It's all happening. But yeah, taking the feedback, Flixtor, is knowing what to take and what to ignore. That's the trick. Thank you. Rumble, you got to pick a song now. You can't just say, "Make Deno sing a song." You get to choose a song though. But if I don't know it, I get to sing whatever I want. No doubt it will be Cotton Eye Joe if I get to choose. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can touch my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Love that song. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ha ha ha, yeah. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Ooh oh, ooh oh. Unstoppable. What a song. Not sure if it's a glorious thing or an awful thing that I can make people sing, make people make me sing. Sorry. My sister had that. It was great. I didn't, Voodoo. I didn't. Did somebody clip it? I'll go check that out. Hey, Flixtor, this looks a little bit like a Pinot, but it's not, mate. And you know what I'm going to do? Just so you don't think I'm trying to stitch you up with a penis. I'm just going to do these ones. Snip that bad boy off. I hope nobody cringed at that. I'm blue and diamond. I don't have to sing that. Yes. Classic. Mate, I tell you what, I've done some crazy shit halfway through paint jobs. On that Carl Rudick 2 model diorama I did, I was like 75% of the way through and I decided I was going to sculpt eyes on the fucking thing that I'd already finished painting. It was an awful decision. Absolutely awful decision. It was the right decision though. That was the thing. It had to be done. All right, so we had some votes for highlighting the skin tone on the chest a bit here. We can do that for sure. What else did we get? Was there any other? And the skulls, yeah. Alright, I think we might try making the skulls a bit blue. By the way, friends, WandaVision today. Delightful. Big reveal that was pretty much predicted by everyone, but still good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. You're not watched it yet, Topulus? Monica Rambeau, this isn't a spoiler. Anyone that knows, okay, well I won't say it. But if you go, just do a quick Google on that character, Paul, you'll see what is going on with her. Beautiful. Well, enjoy it, Topulus. It was a really good episode, as I feel like the last 3 or 4 have been. Really starting to ramp up. You too, mate. What a champion you are, Wemposaurus. Have a great day. Concur, mate. Yeah, she's done a really incredible job in this show. Wonder how much actresses that go into like Marvel shows feel typecast, but they're starting to branch out and show some different. I mean, they've always had a comedic element, But there's been some pretty good dramatic stuff. I see you, Natalia. You're my hero. Send me pictures of your models before you send them to anyone else, so I can buy one. That's a promise. You promised me. Yep. I think I'm actually going to glue this dude down. Do I want to do that? I think so. Yep, I'm doing it. It's happening! Pretty much. No one's going to look at the back anyway. Let's see if my zip kick is going to have a reaction today. Don't fuck around with my paint, zip kicker. Oh, mate, I got on the Terps last night, actually. Close off the week. Pretty ordinary week. So I haven't had a beer in a while. So since yesterday. Alright, let's do some fun final touch stuff, and then we'll have a big solid review. Ow, that hit me in the foot. I'll have to check that out, chum dabs. I've been on the Burley Big Heads recently. Just enjoy them a lot. So off the top of my head, and I'm just going literally off recollection here, the edges of a shadow are quite fuzzy. So I don't want that to be a hard edge. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. G'day Frugar, thanks for following my friend. G'day Mr. Swazzle, thanks for following mate. Top of the morning Droopy. Thanks mate. I see me talking about my beard, and yeah, it's about 4 days in now, so yeah, I think it is becoming pretty cool actually. I wish I could grow a beard, friends. I can't grow a beard. My dad's got a luxurious beard, and ever since I've been about 25, this is about the best I get. I get a little bit here, nothing down here, nothing down here. It's very disappointing. Alright, I just remembered why I didn't want to glue this idiot down, and I've made an awful decision. Because I still need to paint this thing. Whoop. Cool, Frog Jim. I am very glad to hear that. It's actually an article that stems from my real job, not so much this. but it's an article that I found was very much applicable to how I've managed to improve over the period of time that I've been painting for, so I'm glad. Sales and Operations Manager, Chum Dabs, which is a fancy way of saying I coach, train and develop people. Oh, thanks Hixie666, thanks for following, you champion. I mean, I'm always working on improving in general, but there's no specific thing I'm sort of trying to learn at the moment. Actually, what I'm trying to learn to do at the moment is stream. If you were to look at my stream from when I started a few months ago, or a month and 3 days ago, you can see I'm way cooler at streaming now. So that is the main thing I'm working on. I'm going to give this dude a varnish. Need to see what he looks like with a varnish. That's true, Flick. It is way better than it was, mate. Don't be a dickhead. I've got channel points now, mate. People spend $10. Now, if you go back and look at my first stream to my most recent streams, I think my Twitch skills have gone through the roof. Here's the back, by the way. Looks good, eh? Oh, Phoenix, I don't know that I have, mate. Got a picture of it? Pop it in the chat, friend. Oh, g'day Minis by Mag, thanks for following, mate. Oh, is it the egg one? The egg one? The one that Ivan Hatales painted last year. Is that the one? Cool, I do know that one. Yeah, I like it a lot. Like it a lot. Okay, so I'm not digging this eyeball situation. So we need to do something about that. And I'm not digging those little blue things on his face. But that I think will be fixed when I do this. Yeah, the Patrick Jones one looks very interesting. We'll see how I go on that one. I just feel like I've got enough big dioramas I'm fucking thinking about at the moment. Just wanted a bit more blue in there, Paul. So this there's pink and blue in the base, and there wasn't any blue on the model, so I wanted to add a bit of blue just to give it a little bit of harmony. Which may have been a rough decision. I may not love it, but I don't like to judge anything until I finish. I think that looks a bit better. No, the skulls are shit. I'm not. Anytime something's sculpted poorly, I really struggle with painting it well. And those skulls, despite everything else that's awesome on this piece, those skulls are just mush. They're mush skulls. Have a close look at the fucking things. They're dog shit. It's very hard to paint those well. So I haven't bothered. I forget, did we decide we were going to do a tattoo on this guy or not? Alright, what we are going to do is do some very cool something new. Yeah, I tend to think you're right, friends. Here we go. This is twine. It's very cool stuff. This is a pair of scissors. Separate this twine into the two little halves. Hello, Snick Son. You certainly are not the best question to answer that. Tattoos are obscene, by the way. Just obscene. Now, what we're going to do, so we're going to make some grass. So one of the challenges with 75mm models is that you don't often get realistic looking tufts. So we're going to make some realistic tufts that are in the right scale for this guy. slightly better scaled tufts. Yeah, indeed. This is mostly Oliver's technique, but as per usual, I have completed Oliver's technique in about 12 minutes, as opposed to the 3 days that he does his in. Because as you all well know, we are not here to fuck spiders. Oh, g'day, Revolver Man. So what we do, we take a little bit of this twine. Thanks, Frog Jim. It's just the single individual. We twist it in half so that all of the ends are about the same height. It doesn't have to be fully the same. And then I'm just going to twist the bottom together like so. And then just push this shit around. So once we got that, we're then going to use super glue to dry together. So this tuft motherfucker is now fully together because that accelerant dries as super glue in 7 seconds. Then we can just trim bits of the tuft off like so and make it a little bit irregular and uneven. The other cool thing about the twine, as you'll see, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to airbrush the twine with some colours. And because it's a pale colour, it takes the colours pretty well. This is very, very easy to make grass. And you get a much better scale versus the larger models. When you do a base, you need to think about scale contrast. Let's talk a lot about contrast between light and dark, value, saturation, desaturation. But when you do basing, there needs to be a contrast between large and small. So you need to have small rocks and large rocks. You need to have small tufts and large tufts. And the more of that contrast you get right, the better the base will look. If you just have tufts that are all the same size, it's very rare that it will look natural or realistic or interesting. So we're going to have a variety of tufts. Oh, look at this, you can stick it to your fingers too, that's good fun. When we paint the stuff with the airbrush, that'll also stiffen this up quite a lot, and then we'll varnish it at the end, which will again sort of set it in position. So you can make really long tufts, you can make really wide tufts, you can make really small. So what I find works best is doing a couple of these. Should always wait for your super glue to finish drying before you try and fucking untwist that bad boy. Oh yeah, good one, Dino. Fuck that one up. It's okay. We need ugly trees too. There's a place for all the ugly people of the world. Luckily for Chum Dabs. Low hanging fruit, mate. I'm a fucking Adonis. Triple threat, mate. Good looking. Sing. Can paint. Triple threat. So this is one time you don't want to use a dilute colour for using through your airbrush. And I find it best to start light and then go down in dark. Modesty is not something I've been blessed with, unfortunately. Indeed, indeed. The airbrush. Yeah, no, Twitch is definitely not one of my triple threats yet, mate. Watch yourself. Get some of that shit out of there. Pretty soon I'll have enough followers to rival you, mate. What are you at? 2,000? I'm fucking coming for you, pal. Oh, you got 8,000 or something, haven't you? Whatever, mate. Your ass is grass. Come on. I'm a funny guy. You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I kill you last. Where the fuck are you, green? I fucking hate it when I put colours in spots so I can fucking... Oh, I'm agitated. Is that you? You fuck. Where the... There you are. I see you. I have you now. Can you do joint streams? Is that something that works? Like, can we stream together on the same screen? How does one do that precisely? Flix has got Twitch requirements. Surely. Set it up, Flick. Let's fucking do it, mate. You and me. I'll paint, you can talk. Business as usual. Alright. So where you this is really hard now, that little bit where I did the super glue. So I'm just gonna snip that off like there. And then when this fucking shit dries, we're done. And then the other thing I like to do which you probably have guessed by now, is paint the grass. Because the grass, unless you're really, really good at painting, which I'm not, grass just never looks right. Never looks right on a model because the grass is natural colours, lacks contrast. Well, Flick, if you say it's doable, mate, we'll do it. If you say it's not doable, I trust you. And we won't do it. Oh, thanks, SimQ. Because I got distracted and I forgot they were there. So the way you cover up the joins is you just do little ones down underneath. And then you've got your scale contrast. Big and small, side by side. I am in Brizzy, yes, Sync New. I am sure in Brisbane. Thanks, mate. I watched a bit of your stream the other day, Jam, with the miso, mate. Seems like fun. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy chatting with the people on the stream, but I can see how you might lose a little bit of the energy. Yeah, that's a shame, mate. Would have been cool. I did do a class in Melbourne, but bit hard these days, as I'm sure you know. What am I going to teach you, mate? Seriously. Fuck, I'm not doing a class for you. Don't be ridiculous. But I am hoping to come over to Monty and SMC again soon. Won't be this year. My girlfriend and I are keen to do another holiday. But yeah, at this stage, 2022 is our plan. Just depends on the world situation. Come over, mate. I've organised many trips for many people over to Australia. Craft World, Gruber, Kaha. They have a great time over here, truly. It's a wonderful place. We get a bad rap for our spiders. They're not that bad. And you'll have a lovely time at the beaches. Beaches are the best in the world. Hey, Jim. Yeah, when I was doing Oz Machine, mate, it was always better when we had a co-host. My podcast always worked better. Twitch party. Indeed, yes, we're about to do that now. So the way you do OSL with that pink, you have to put a bit of white on there first. So that's why I didn't. That one. See you, Alessandro. Thanks, mate. This usually works better when you airbrush it. It's not as good with the brush. Have a great weekend, mate. Alright, I think we might be approaching the end, friends. I think we are reaching Deno's had enough point. When we reach that point, we start thinking about how we could be painting other models, how you could be watching Archer, be playing Spirit Island. But honestly, I think this is a pretty cool result. For no real concrete idea to begin with, we had quite a cool result, I think. I'm just going to do some chestnut ink. Some fun stuff. And we'll be done. I definitely had fun painting this model, mate. It was good. It's a cool model. It's been on my list of models to paint for a while now. It's nice to be able to knock that off. Nice to be able to do something cool. Nice to be able to do something. You don't like those stripes? Because we can still change those. It's not too late. The stripes are on the helmet, so it's hard. Oh, no, we do have to do these little gemstones, actually, in the eyes. Got to do them. No, I tend to agree with you. Oh, they should be gold. That's what I should have done. Should have made them gold. Why didn't I think of that? Alright, rapid fire gem talk, let's go. Bang. Bit of this colour, bang. Bit of this colour, bang. Focus on the bottom corner. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang, bang. Ugh. Bit more of this colour, bang. Bit of this colour, bang. Which way, Sand Chick? Which shelves? Which shelves are you referring to, Paul? I mean here. Here. Yeah, a little bit maybe. But we don't want to go too much contrast in that background area. So if we have too much colour up in there, it'll draw your focus away. It's a delicate balancing act, Paul, because if you go to, like, if you do it correctly, then absolutely there should be light evenly distributed all over the model based on how close it is to the thing. But we've also got this forward facing light, which is what's lighting the model from the front. And because of the design of this base, the way that we've done it, we've got a clear centralized model that's supposed to be the focal point, and this is meant to be about him. So if we had too much light happening up here, then all of a sudden your focus is drawn to all this extra detail, particularly all these things here. Yeah. So by having it just be less, it's still there, it's still present, but not as in your face, then you're artificially drawing people's gaze to the more heavily contrasted, the higher value areas. Whilst we're doing some cool shit, let's see if I can remember properties. Fuck you, configure video. Boom. So that illustrates it a little bit better. There is still contrast, but you can see how much more contrast we've got in this middle area versus the backdrop. And it's even more evident when you look up here how little contrast I've put in that area. Just again, so your eyes are drawn forwards to the central part of the model. One of these days I'm going to do a black and white paint job. I haven't done the hotkey yet, mate. I'm just doing it by default. You've got to teach me how to do the hotkey. Yeah, they blend in seamlessly because we did just a smidge of airbrushing. So that's the key with any basing. It's the same as painting the model. It has to feel like a part of the environment. So if you just stick tufts on there, yeah, it's not gonna feel right because it doesn't fit in with the rest of the environment. But if you add a little bit of colour, a little bit of paint that's tied into the rest of the paint job, yeah. I tell you what, friends, the only thing I'm considering we might want to change is the eyes. Do we want to change the eyes right now and make it so that the eyes are glowing? It's a crazy decision to make at this stage. decided we're not going to do tattoos. So pink glowing eyes. Is that the go? Ah, yeah, I feel like we're doing it, friends. We're doing it. Let's make some wild decisions. Let's do some crazy shit. Get over here! Get over here! Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat! Watch the new trailer for that today. I love the original ones, eh? Fucking, I even watched the shitty other ones. Alright, how's this looking? How fine a detail can we go here, Demo? Well, it's a risk. Let's do it. Turn this down. No, turn it up. Yeah, no, it's just g'day, iFloss with rear hair. Welcome to the stream. This is not a neoprene mat. It's just cardboard I bought from Thing, just for a backdrop for the stream, so people could see what I was doing a little bit better. Did you give me that idea, or did I do that? I'm guessing by the way you're claiming that you think you did it. Well, just so you know, Peanut, I use it for my painting videos, which I did well before I was a Twitch streamer, which I did well before I met you. But I'm glad I've met you, Flick. Virtually, anyway. Peanut, Virtual insanity. All we need is Sorry, mate. It's a great tune, actually. We did a trivia night at my work. It was one of the songs from the musical round. Guess the song. Had a picture of the film clip. Yeah, exactly. The hat, dance around the room. That was actually what triggered the song. I only played the first few seconds of the song. I was like, yeah, I know that tune. And then they showed Jamiroquai with his hat. Like, fuck yeah, Jamiroquai. So we've sort of fucked this up, friends. It's okay. Because we just fix it. See ya friends, see ya Chum Dab, see ya Loophole. We're just probably going to finish up soon anyway, friends, because I think the model's done. So, call it a day. Call it a day. Get to take some cool photos tonight. Oh, I like that model. So we're gonna have to start the stream tomorrow with some model prep. It looks like. That works big time, I think. Good call. Good call, friends. Good call, Topulus. Alright. I think we're done. So let's just see if the illusion is convincing. Pretty good on that side. I think it looks better on that side, personally. The weapons are the trickiest part of this because I don't want them to just be pink, but at the same time they're pretty close to it. Obviously from the back, this is what they look like from the back, which is fine. But yeah, I did that because you had to draw attention to him. It was me thinking I could just cheekily break Twitch terms of service. Get a little Johnson down the corner there that no one had noticed. But no, Flick's has to draw attention to it. Yeah. See you, Topulus. Did you ever know that you're my hero? Topulus is everything I would like to be. Alright, now we're going to do some cool shit. Well, it's not that cool actually, we're just going to put pink glow in these fucking gems. Boom. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that. Sharkworld, you sort of missed everything. Pretty much. Just finishing it off tonight, unexpectedly, but 'tis done. G'day, Macca44. What's happening, my man? My man. Aquaman high five. I do have an Aquaman story to tell everyone at some point. It won't be today, but at some point we are going to share a story that is going to blow all of your minds. Oh, thanks, Nadia Crisis. No. Close though. Feels pretty good. All right, let's go check the current status of the. I haven't even looked at this actually, so let's just see what this says. Copy. Check out the poll. Properties. Does this work? evidently it does. Alright. So here we go. What? I sort of want to paint Baba Yaga, so I'm going to vote for Baba Yaga. I'm allowed to vote for myself, by the way. Oh, 12 votes for Lydia. Wow. Crazy. 10 votes. Go Baba Yaga. Yes. Oh, that was probably my vote. Go Baba Yaga. Cool. That'd be exciting, hey? Well, next stream's going to be tomorrow morning in about 12 hours, mate. You already painted Lydia? I'll bring her up. I'll bring up the Lydia I painted. Actually, what I might show you, this is what I used to do back before I was streaming. So I used to do work in progress shots. So that was the first step. No, totally different. We'll start from scratch. We'll try a new idea. Into this one. That was the second stage of the work in progress. Yeah, man. No, I haven't got a client. I'm just painting her. Just painting her for the funsies. I wonder if I've got my finished version of her still on putty and paint. Don't know. It's around July 2018 apparently. Oh, I do. There she is. This was one of the last true non-metallic metals pieces I did. G'day MC Hot Dog. This was back in an era when I didn't feel confident with non-metallic metal. I'm probably still in an era where I don't feel confident with non-metallic metal, but I do just give it a crack these days. Yeah, the hair's good. The hair and the skin are pretty good. I like those. The metal's okay. It's hard to photograph true metallic metal, but that has a lot of colours in there that made it look pretty cool when you sort of turned it around. I didn't do a video of her, I should have. But the white was not a good call. I didn't like the white. I don't know how we'll do her. We're gonna do non-metallic metal, I know that much, which would be exciting because this is a cool surface to try and do non-metallic metal on. So that'll be really fun. Assuming she wins. But this is finished friendos. Finished Mad Axe from Black Sun Miniatures. We've got a lot of cool stuff there. Hopefully Flick understands my process. Hey MC Hot Dog. A little bit better after seeing this happen. Live, every component of it happen live. How do you reckon you're going to go, Flick? You reckon you're going to do it? You reckon you're going to do a good job? I think you'll do a good job. The technique itself is very simple. What I do is very straightforward. If you're starting from a 5 as your mid-tone, it goes from 1 to 10, take it up to a 10 and then scale down. I never actually thought my brush strokes were that quick, right? I never noticed, I never thought they were fast. And then I was watching one of my YouTube videos the other day at normal speed, one of these streams, and I was like, yeah, that is moving pretty quick actually. Colwell was like, I can't believe you fucking move your brush that quick, mate. I would never move my brush that quick. Weak fuck. Get in there, Colwell. Have a go, son. Have a fucking go. Very good. Alright. Let's do a raid, friendos. Here, everyone should go and do my fucking thing if you haven't already. I'm just gonna quickly oh, thanks for following me on Twitter, Rumble. Great dude. Everyone should go do this. Go do that quiz so we can have more votes. So Barbie Yaga can win. Go Barbie Yaga! I don't care. If Lydia wins, that's also good. Should be fun. Alright, who we gonna raid tonight? Yeah. Let's raid some motherfucker. Twitter's good, mate. Twitter's fucking good. Alright, Bob Ross is on. Mohawk Miniatures, what are you doing? Oh, I was watching this fucking stream the other night. I'll tell you what, it was fucking awesome. It was some chick who was doing, oh, this guy looks good. Let's do him. Mohawk Miniatures. Yeah, so she was just making sounds. Making sounds for people to listen to. She was like rubbing the microphone and she was whispering real quiet. Fuck, Twitter's great. Yeah, she was, mate. She's just like, she was running a stick through some sand, yeah. Fuck, it was relaxing. I was just sitting there listening to it going, this is the best. Alright, we're going to raid Mohawk. He looks like a cool dude. I really like he's painted some busts, which I like. So that's good news. Good news, friends. Alright, let's raid Mohawk Miniatures. You're all amazing, friends. Thanks for helping me through this journey. It's been excellent. You're all champions. Let's go raid Mohawk Miniatures! Raid! Raid!
I obviously can't. There. Big Dino! Coming in strong with a raid. Voodoo Graphics clearly predicted that. Let's get some love in the stream for Big Dino. How's it going, dude? How is your stream? What are you up to? Flickster! Get a shout out for you as well. Big Dino says it's going well. Let me give you a follow, brother. I don't think I've seen your name before. Big, much love, dude. Miniature painting from Brisbane, Australia, it says over here. Nice!